Welcome to today's anatomy question. Today, we are joined by Judith Hanson Lasater. Hi, Mama.
Hi, Lizzie.
All right, we're doing another pose from your book, 30 Essential Yoga Poses. This is our Essential Alignment series. So today, we're talking about dog pose.
Ah, the famous dog pose.
It's really like, I always say, it's not a good day unless I've done a dog pose. I think this might be my most essential yoga pose in my practice.
I've thought of writing a book called 100 Dogs I've Known. I have all these variations of dog pose, maybe 20.
So the idea of this series is to ask our expert, you are our expert today, one alignment idea, something new we can test out in our bodies that is going to help us for the longevity of our practice to continue to enjoy this pose for years to come. So what would you like us to think about or experience today?
Well, I want you to enjoy it, but I also want you to taste a slight new thing, because this is what keeps us from getting bored. When we think of the pose as a question and we play with it a little bit, we just evoke a little bit of our inner playfulness to experiment with different hand and foot positions. That's what I want to do, because that's obviously the basis of the pose. And then the whole rest of the body has to respond to the width of the feet, the width of the hands, how far they are from each other. The spine is the prisoner of the arms and the legs. So when we change our arms and legs, we allow the spine to have a new experience.
So I want to remind everyone before I do the pose to go to www.experientialanatomy.yoga and jump on our mailing list there. In our course, Experiential Anatomy, Mom, I learned the concept from you of a closed versus an open kinetic chain. Can you just explain that concept briefly for us for a moment?
Yes, if you think about the shoulders, we normally move our shoulder with the hand not encumbered in any way. That's an open kinetic chain. But in dog pose, we close the kinetic chain by putting our hand on the floor, and then the shoulder has to adapt. Instead of in an open kinetic chain, the hand has to adapt to the shoulder, but in the closed kinetic chain now, the shoulder has to adapt to the hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going to change the hand to change the shoulder.
Exactly. Okay, fascinating. I'm going to pause this video and get onto the mat for dog pose.
Go ahead. All right. So the first thing I'm going to suggest that you do is turn your heels out from each other a little bit and exhale, press down. And I want you to press down your intelligence at the front of the heel. That's where the arch of the foot just begins to become the heel, not the heel in the back where the shoe touches it, but in the front part of the heel, right where arch becomes heel. Inhale the breath and exhale, intentionally descend the front of the heel. Yes. And this will stretch the inner calf muscles, which are quite a bit larger than the outer calf muscle. And you'll really feel, if you want to stretch your calves, you're going to be doing it right now. Yes or no?
Yes.
You feel the difference?
Yeah.
When you change and then with the upper extremities, turn the fingers slightly toward each other. Yes. You can see that clearly with your back hand. So now I want you to press the entire length of the index finger and the thumb as if you're going to press them further down into the floor than the little finger side, and then lift straight and up and off your shoulders diagonally. Yes. That looks very nice. The energy in your legs and arms is now matching, and you're not hanging into your shoulders. Can you show us a little hanging? This is not, you see she's hanging into the joint, lifting the breastbone back up and going diagonally out, diagonally up and off onto the pelvis. That's great. Exhaling, come down. Where'd you feel that besides the calves?
In my back.
In what way?
Sort of mid-thoracic, a really pleasant opening and a stretch there that I don't often find.
You liked it?
I liked it.
So one way to practice is to just make one little change a day and see what happens. And I call this actually jumping off the cliff practice, which is a practice I try to do every day, to do something slightly new, slightly different, taste a different food, drive a different way home, do things in a different order in my practice. Something, it doesn't have to be big. We think it's going to be like jumping off a cliff, but it's just a little thing that brings freshness to our nervous system and draws us into the present and gives us a new perspective, which is what yoga is all about.
Oh, okay. Let me come say goodbye. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Mama, for sharing your time and your wisdom with us.
Thank you for sharing your mat and your poses and your smile with us.
I have the easy part. I just have to do dog pose.
Remember when we've done Shavasana before?
Those are the best demos.
Yes, but you stopped talking and asked me questions. You're just lying there.
All right, here's the website, www.experientialanatomy.yoga. You're going to go here and get on the mailing list. You're also going to hopefully subscribe to this YouTube channel. Leave a comment below. What happens when you try these 2 ideas in your dog pose? How does it feel? I'd love to hear. We'd love to hear. Mama, tell everyone where they can find you on the World Wide Web.
You can find me at judith.yoga.
Yes, and I'm LizzieLasater.com and on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you so much.
You can find me on Instagram too.
Ooh, so modern, Mama.
Find me on the gram.
The gram. Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye, everyone.